Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to our Jedi Sage. Now, we have returned to Hoth because obviously we need to locate a Rakata monument. Yeah, I say that like it's kind of an obvious thing, but not really. Was not expecting to have any kind of interaction with the Rakata in this storyline, actually, apart from, obviously, on Belsavis? I think, yeah, Belsavis is the place where you usually encounter them, and as you can see here, I have replaced our previous healing ability with Force Mend. One of you did recommend using Force Mend instead of the previous ability that I was using, but the main reason why I was discounting Force Mend for the most part is that it does have a 30-second cooldown, which is actually pretty significant, and it can only heal me. So if I want to heal Zenith, he's out of luck. Anyway, we are now going to make our way over to the monument. Is it here? It's right here. Well, that was quick. Let's hopefully not get eaten. Through the thick ice, you can make out something frozen in the cave wall. It appears to be the Rakata monument the Noeticons spoke of. Yeah. We're not going to get eaten, but we're going to be attacked by guardian droids, and obviously we now have this guy pushing us around. I stunned him. Yes, that's what you get. I stunned you a little bit. Yes. There we go. Okay, let's just use this and that and this. And Zenith is obviously doing an amazing job at taking as much aggro from us as possible. Let's use this as well. Do a little bit more damage that way. There we go. I really like being at maximum range. I know it's a little bit weird because usually I kind of like being in the action, but as a Jedi Sage, I really like being far away. But obviously that is just how things should be, really, because obviously as a caster, as a magic user, quote-unquote, force user, whatever you want to say, because obviously in MMO terminology, we're technically a caster, and what do I have to do? Ah, here we go. It looks like a few strokes of your lightsaber would melt the ice covering the monument. Oh. Well, aren't these cutscenes, like, super weird? Like, why wouldn't it just say, destroy the ice wall, instead of inspect it first?
You're mistaken, hologram. I belong to the Jedi Order.
Again, actes de vertine. Zinesti hidruli, das bruli fehed andangua.
You have my attention?
Das matzenke hujum. Maestra me huruba. Ibn frukta mi filterf namakape. Me bagadres pastiatan elbines för kastinti. Das matzenke hujum. Maestra me huruba.
So these Eshka had the great Rakata running scared?
Mate wasta tourist. Lichiken larms mi genti.
These Eshka could tear the Empire like a rag. Got my vote.
Kabies mekete first, yang terogise. Me bagadres pastiatan elbines för kastinti.
No, your masters sent orders. They've got plenty of slaves already.
Ebenyara fikwa maslimis kiligal.
I'm afraid I can't let you harm innocent people.
I'm actually pretty happy about destroying this. I actually kind of liked the Rakata in previous incarnations. So, for example, in Knights of the Old Republic, I actually kind of liked them because they were extremely advanced, and any extremely advanced species I'm kind of fascinated by. But in Star Wars The Old Republic, they have just been shown to be close-minded, xenophobic, and very, very hostile, and kind of arrogant. So, I'm not particularly happy about them at all, to be honest. I kind of like their culture sometimes, but their again, their arrogance is just insufferable at times, and I personally feel like they really don't have the kind of, I don't know, they don't really have the claim to maximum power like they say they do, and it seems like there's a lot more smoke than there is fire.
But my Senate clearance got us some answers. It's a world called Belsavis.
And the Eshka won't be lonely. The Republic's using Belsavis as a high-security prison.
I can still seek out the Eshka without causing a stir. Maybe the Eshka who oppose this galactic cleansing can persuade the others.
We should seek out these Eshka with all haste. I think they've been imprisoned long enough.
I think Senator Grell is a little bit quick to assume that the Eshka, I mean, obviously he's trusting Duran to do the right thing, but in general, I think he's a little bit quick to trust an alien species that once was accused and imprisoned for attempting quote-unquote galactic cleansing. Yeah, I don't think you really want to be like, yes, let's go and rescue them immediately. Yeah, that's probably not the best idea to rush ahead and do that, is it? But we need a little bit of guidance.
The Republic says we can't land until they confirm Father's clearance.
It's all right, Nadia. Belsavis is their prison. They make the rules.
So, if the Noeticons are right, this is where the Eshka, our sleeping army, was shut away.
As Orien Ember Akiminta.
I'll begin with the Eshka who oppose the genocide. Perhaps they can persuade the others.
By these coordinates, the Republic prison is practically on top of the Rakata facility.
Seems awfully hazardous. Unless they don't know the Rakata facility is there.
But the Republic does know this planet. Perhaps someone could point us in the right direction.
The Republic might get unreasonable about ancient alien warriors right under their feet.
Finally! Jedi, someone down there wants to talk to you.
Hello, this is Assistant Comey. No, they're still securing that block. We're dealing with a major breakout and rioting, Senate clearance or not. We can't help you.
I'm a Jedi Master, and I'm seeking something left behind on Belsavis, maybe centuries ago.
But we don't really have... Are you talking about the vaults? The prison started out maintaining the old vaults on the surface. When the Empire began blowing doors open, the riots started. What? Try the secondary code! I think you need my boss, Commander Gielan. He studies those vaults as a hobby.
Is Commander Gielan there with you?
Right now, Commander Gielan is... Oh, blast. The locator towers are still down. Those locators track our ID cards, but they shut down after the first power cut. I can't find the commander until they're reset. And the prisoners around those towers are killing anyone who tries to fix them.
I'll handle it.
We'd appreciate it. When you reach the towers, just flip a switch. Once the towers are up, I can find Commander Gielan, and we... Oh, sorry, gotta go. Thank you!
You just flip a switch. Okay. Well, that's a little bit weird, I gotta say. I mean, obviously we are not a mechanic, as it said in one of those conversation options. We are a Jedi, so obviously it's not really within our expertise to be able to fix things like that. And that is kind of good to actually include in this particular mission, because most of the time when you're playing a Sith or when you're playing a Jedi, you know, in this case a Jedi Consular, you don't really want to have missions where they say to you, please go and do this very, very complex mechanical task. And, you know, do that with the expertise of someone that actually has done that for many, many years. Obviously, Jedi are capable of many things, Sith are capable of many things, but fixing some hyperdrive doohickey thing in under 2 minutes, yeah, probably not. Probably not able to do that, really. Good with a lightsaber, not so much with a torque wrench. I have no idea what they even use as as tools. Anyway, we're going to be making our way over to the locator towers, and again, it is in threes. Alright, well, it seems like we have almost reached the third tower. I decided to just cut back here because the other towers were literally just me flicking a switch, just as she said. So, yeah, not really much to report there, but we now have the third one. Hopefully, this is going to mean that we'll be able to speak to someone else. Ah, there we go. Okay, hopefully this is going to be Colonel, Commander, whatever his name was. Oh my.
The board just lit up. We can track our teams, control the perimeter, everything. Thank you.
Never mind, thanks. Where's Commander Gieland?
Let me see. Commander Gieland is here, with his team in one of the cells. He can tell you about the vaults or whatever you need.
May the Force be with you.
I'll put a holocall through to that cell so Commander Gieland knows you're coming. Now you've restored the locators, we just might survive. Please stay safe.
Oh, okay. I just want to ask real quick, how were they expecting to survive if I didn't come along? I mean, like, if Duran was not there, then how were they expected to survive, quote unquote, without us? Isn't that a bit weird? That is kind of weird, but I suppose that is kind of Star Wars-ish. At least in Star Wars The Old Republic, you do have those kinds of moments where you think to yourself, yeah, that's definitely not really working out too well, is it? No, it doesn't really work, the kind of logic surrounding that. And speaking of logic, there have been a number of questions surrounding my backstory, surrounding the Valkorian brainwashing kind of thing. And I like to think of it like the shielding technique, the ancient shielding technique, has shielded us slightly, has cured us slightly of the brainwashing that Valkorian gave us. But obviously, as we know from the expansion Knights of the Eternal Throne, Valkorian's brainwashing can be extremely, extremely deep-rooted, and only by doing something extremely emotionally stressing are you going to be able to break it entirely. So all of those, you know, Jedi Masters that we saved, all of those that we killed, that's very, very emotionally stressing, isn't it? So, in theory, you can kind of make the leap that the brainwashing is still there, but it is a little bit more beneath the surface. So we are going to be much more like an actual Jedi would be, but we're still going to have those temperamental, you know, impatient and potentially violent outbursts at times. And you've obviously seen that in recent times with us killing a few people and answering very, very hurriedly and aggressively. But we've also shown great compassion at times, which is obviously the Jedi side coming through. So I think this is a very interesting character. I think it does actually quite well at portraying all of the emotions. And initially I thought to myself that Nolan North maybe did not do the best job as the Consular, not as the Consular, should I say? Let me just rephrase that, as the dark side Consular, because I received a number of messages about how the dark side Consular voice acting is a little bit emotionless, when in actual fact that is actually kind of accurate. Because if you think about it, Jedi are quite emotionless at times, and if, you know, there's a dark one, then even though they are embracing the dark side, they may still continue to keep their emotionless ways. So that makes sense. Okay, my bad. I did not realize that there was a sort of entrance here. I thought I had to go all the way around, but apparently there is an entrance, and that is exactly where I needed to go. So there's the phase over there. We're going to be heading in there in just a second. And yeah, hopefully my explanation about, you know, the whole Valkorian brainwashing thing was eligible, or should we say legible, because yeah, I think that actually makes a great deal of sense. Anyway, we are going to apparently take care of some droids that have started to run amok here. I'm actually kind of surprised that we have this happening, but there is a bonus mission, and I'm not one to turn down bonus mission experience, because we are a little bit under-leveled Oh my. Okay, so I just completed the bonus mission and just reached this area here, and apparently there's an annihilator droid that has our attention. So let's wait for Mindcrush to come back, and we'll just use that initially, and then we'll go for a nice weaken mind, or yes, weaken mind, and we'll just, well, annihilate it. Yes. Ah, that's some good words. Some good words right there, isn't it? Oh, he's actually got a pull. Oh, he's got a pull. That's pretty cool. That actually makes things a whole lot more difficult because it seems to have a... Oh, wow, yeah. It has a very, very powerful ability, as you can see there. And I'm actually unsure. Is it going to do that? It's going to do that every time. I can't actually do anything to that. Hopefully it's not going to kill me. I'm actually just going to heal myself because I'm a little bit worried about that. Wow, look at that. It's actually dealing a lot of damage and may even kill Zenith. No, it's not going to kill Zenith, but that was impressive. That was extremely impressive. Obviously, the ability it had, Overload, was, well, very, very powerful indeed. I'm actually kind of surprised. Usually the enemies are quite easy, but in this case they were not. The ID card reads Commander S. Gelland, Republic Security. The face on the card doesn't match any of the bodies around you.
Don't move. Don't say anything. Now he can't see us. I ran all the way here. I couldn't risk Commander Gelland getting you too.
So, he's a traitor.
I called Commander Gelland on the holo and said a Jedi Master was coming to see him. He just said, "Thanks, Comey." Then he killed everyone with some sort of lightning. All I could do was watch.
Child of the Emperor, needs putting down.
And if that's his ID card, there's no way to track him down.
He needs to be stopped.
When the Empire blew one of the vaults open, Commander Gelland found an ancient computer inside. He said the computer had data about Belsavis. He wanted to go back and study it.
Did this computer have information about an elder race?
If it did, he never told me. The vault isn't far, but since the alien population broke out, it's a war zone. But if you can reach it, that computer probably has whatever you're looking for, and then you can punish Commander Gelland, right?
This is a place of justice and punishment, after all.
I should see to the... bodies. I can't let their IDs fall into enemy hands. Best of luck, Jedi.
Oh, a very harrowing experience for her, no doubt, but surely working on a prison planet would have prepared her for something like this? Maybe not, because obviously no one expects the prisoners to break out, so I suppose that's a problem. But yeah, anyway, I think that will be it for this episode. Next time we're going to be accessing the Rakata terminal, and so I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.